Okay, another podcast name I watch. Welcome to Homebrew Buddies, Dungeons and Dragons discussion group where we talk about the cool homebrew items, classes, and galore that you can think of. I'm Addison Daniels, and this is Rico Straps, my other homebrew buddy.
What's up? What's up? How you doing, Addison?
Doing good. And today we will also be having a special guest, a surprise guest.
Yes.
You might know him from the last Homebrew Buddies, but he'll be back on later today. Kevin Hyce.
Perfect. Yes,
He's
can't
not
wait.
on right now, but he will be. He will be, and we'll be painting some minis with him, so it'll be dope. Alrighty, so if you didn't watch the our final episode of Roleplay Varied, we made reference to Homebrew Buddies, and we talked about making the gambler's dice of sorts for
I threw you on the spot on that
the
one.
show. You did. So that is exactly what I did this weekend. I worked up a cool homebrew mechanic for some dice for thieves to use, and so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So essentially,
Yeah.
what these dice are, they are I guess you can call them gambler's dice. You can call them whatever you want, right? These dice, essentially, they are magical dice. And let's just say you need 6 dice, or you need 5 dice, or 3 dice, or 2 dice, or whatever. They multiply to whatever dice you need.
Okay.
So like, let's just say you walk into the casino, right? You're a rogue and you're going to play a game, and all of a sudden you need 5 dice, but oh crap, you only have 2 dice. Well, guess what? These dice will multiply to be 5 dice for you.
Okay.
So that's a cool little thing.
So the dice change.
Yeah, you'll always have. Yeah. Another thing cool about these dice that I came up with is you have, okay, a problem I've always had with dice and loaded dice, especially at casinos, and using your own dice, is you can tell the differences of dice, right? Like, that's a thing. Like, if you're using red dice and all of a sudden there's white dice, yeah, right? Like, there's so many differences with the dice, right? So what you can do is you can spend an action doing sleight of hand to touch your dice with the other dice, and what they'll do is they will magically be the same dice that can only be detected by beating your sleight of hand.
So
Your,
okay. So just
sleight
to
of
clarify,
hand.
these are changing in-game dice, or is it affecting your actual player dice?
They're affecting the in-game dice.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like, let's just say you're at the casino, right? And there's white dice, and the casino guy knows what his dice feel like.
Yeah.
What you would do is you would take your gambler's dice, and what you would do is you would do a sleight of hand check, and you would press them together, and magically this dice would then become this dice.
Got it. And so you would have 2 of the same then. But your gambler die, is it like a loaded die in terms where it always lands on the same number, or what was your thoughts on that?
Exactly. So what happens magically is whatever game you're playing, you can take an action to sleight of hand it and change it to win.
Okay, I like
so
that.
what you'll have to do though is you'll have to beat the your opponent's passive perception. And if you're unable to beat their passive perception, the person will notice, and then you'll have to
kill them. Yeah,
figure
totally.
out what goes on
Yeah,
there.
kill.
It's the whole thing, right?
Yes.
Right.
I like that.
Yep. So, without further ado, do you think it's going to be overpowered, underpowered, or just about right?
Well, what I like about this one, so our first 2 items that we tested, if y'all saw our first Homebrew Buddies, we tested out the Snake Whip, which was pretty awesome, and we tested out. We're already getting requests to do a murder, so I think I'm gonna intentionally fail to kill somebody. No, we did. We had the snake whip, and we also had the daggers. So this is fun. This is our first role play item that we're testing, as opposed to
we also did the pills.
Item.
That is
and
true.
The pills, which I guess those were kind of could be applied any way, but we applied them in a dungeon-based
combat.
So yeah. So I think because it still relies on a roll in sleight of hand, it doesn't affect your character's roll. I think it's perfectly powered.
I would also agree. When I was making this, I was like, this seems like it'll play really well. Like it'll be like a really useful item for a rogue to have, right? Because especially if your sleight of hand is really good, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be all good. You're gonna be dandy.
Absolutely.
So we have our predictions. So we're gonna I'm gonna toss it to Rico real quick. Oh no, sorry, I'm not gonna toss it to Rico. I'm gonna toss it to Kevin, and he's gonna do his mini painting for you for a bit. And after Kevin, we're gonna take a small break.
Yeah, and before we send it over,
Kevin.
Before we send it to Kevin, real quick, Addison, I just want to quickly make sure, if you haven't already, hit that heart right below our channel. We are on a hunt for 50 followers before the new year, and we only need 10 more to hit that goal. We are 10 people away from hitting our goal already. So if you can hit that button, we would appreciate it. Also share our page with your friends. We also have our Patreon open now, which I can finally show off our Break the Table stickers, which we're going to be sending to our patrons very soon. So if you want one of these stickers, we're sending to our first 100 patrons. So check that out below as well. And now I'll shut up with the promo.
It's free stuff.
Free stuff. I'll stop promoing so we can get some painting in with Kevin.
Kevin.
Hello. Am I alive? Am I here?
Why, yes, you are, amigo.
Whoa, this is crazy. So first things first, let me get it to where we got our little beholder from last time that we were using. He's real cute. I went ahead and added some stuff because I wanted us to get into some cool stuff, and I didn't want y'all just to see the bottom layer. But basically on these arms, this is lich blue and some mithril metal, I believe it's mithril silver. I mixed them together because I think this creates like a really cool blue sheen. If I was trying to make blued steel, this is probably the color combo I would go for. But with that, I think it's going to create a really cool, sickly, shiny undertone, almost like a carapace when we add some more stuff to it. But I think now that it's dried, we're going to get into this freaking mouth. It looks like he's eating a gusher. But what I'm going to do, so we got some Dragonfire Red and, some Fezrinus Purple. Both of these are textured paints, so they're going to look a little weird when they first go on there. But when they dry, I'm hoping it's going to look like this thing is about to vomit on you. Oh, cool. My heater just turned on, so if the sound's not going to be as fun.
We don't hear it. You're good.
Sick. It's awesome to hear. So this is what the Fezrinus Purple looks like coming out. I probably added a little bit too much, honestly, but I got a little bit of red in there.
That's so cool.
Take my handy dandy little brush. This one's a little bit thicker because we're just doing bases right now, none of the real detailed stuff, which I'm not good at either. So, good. This is looking disgusting. That's great. That's exactly what you want when you're mixing a paint for a monster.
Don't we? Yeah, about to say, don't we want it to look nasty as well?
looks like I'm mixing a strawberry smoothie.
That looks pretty.
Delicious.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty yummy, not to.
Yeah, but imagine something this frothing at you.
I think anything with anything with the word frothing added to it that isn't coffee based is automatically disgusting.
You're frothing.
Do some dental surgery on it. So we also got some of that blue in the mouth, so I'm hoping that it's going to look real sickly with it. Yeah, get all up in there in the roof of the mouth. Try not to get too many teeth, but we're going to go over those anyway with some abyssal black, I think, later on, because I just want them to look necrotic and dead on the inside. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look awful? Looks like it's got a bunch of sores in there.
It looks
I love
dope,
it.
dude.
Well, awful in like a, sickly way, because this is a zombie beholder.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And the great thing also about this is that I've used the Phazernus Purple and the Dragonfire before, and because they're textured, they don't dry. Normally, they kind of dry in clots, almost like fleshy stuff. So when this dries, it's actually going to look even worse than it does now. But again, one of the pitfalls of learning how to paint is I have way too much paint here. So we are going to put oh my God, cat. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind, cat. Oh.
The cat is trying to serenade you.
I know. I hope serenade me the whole goddamn time. Yeah, so
I need to make a cat
I guess you
command
should
for you.
do.
just taking a little paper towel, just wiping my lid. Do you want attention? Is that what it is? Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Come here, kitty.
Aww.
Hello, cat. His name's Bjorn. He's not mine.
Kevin.
But, yeah. Want me to
Your
paint
next
him?
mini painting should be Bjorn.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Emma. I agree with Emma. He says he hopes you're doing a good job. I think he's trying to tell you what strokes to use.
Yeah. But you don't know how to paint. You don't have opposable thumbs, idiot.
Could you imagine cats
So-
trying to paint?
We've got the arms. The arms are looking real good. We're going to put some stuff on that later. But now we got to fix this, kind of tiger print that we have going on here. And while it's a very good base, we're going to add some putrid slime on it to make it look real sickly. And we're also going to add just the tiniest bit of flumph pink to give it an extra
Can you say that word
fleshy
again?
tone. Flumph pink. Sorry.
Is that what it says on the bottle?
Yes, it is.
Bro. I love that. Flump
I
pink.
think I learned a new
There's
word.
no-
But, I mean, Flumph is a monster. It's like a quarter challenge rating. It's like they're little. They're like little like flying jellyfish things. They're pink and they've got little tentacle pods
You are
on them and
right.
stuff.
That is a thing. Yes, that is. Yeah, that is real. Yeah, I forgot about flumps.
Oh my God, Bjorn! You are making
Bjorn
me
said,
lose
"Put
my
me
mind.
back on the camera. I need my audience." Yo, cat cell, bring that cat.
You were the quietest when you were on camera. Little star. Oh, good. All right, perfect amount.
Emma, I will.
Look at that.
I will personally
Ooh, a
make
bunch
that
of
item
fucking
just for
snot.
It looks
What does
like
Emma want?
What we're gonna have to do is bring Velvet Claw from the new player table in, since she's a Tabaxi, and you can make these mittens for her. Because Tabaxis, I mean, in a lot of photos they have thumbs, but there's no they're humanoid cats, so we can wiggle with that.
I mean, there's a world where
Could you-
patrons could maybe send in homebrew items for us to test as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds like a patron.
Yeah.
See, I'm in love with this. This looks exactly the kind of sickly that I'm looking for. This green right here.
That
So
looks
now
like
we're gonna.
Flemmy.
That looks like the outline that Zoom gives the cameras. It's that specific shade of green.
So we're just going to very lightly, not lightly at all actually, very harshly spread this out. I want it to be as thin as possible, so that way we can still see the undertones that we created underneath everything, which we're not going to see right now as I paint it because it hasn't dried. What the hell does 2130 mean? Oh. God damn. And my dad was a Marine. Rico just did military time on me, and I got confused.
No, I literally did a minute check. I did.
Yeah, that's what he did.
We've been live for 22 minutes. That was all.
Oh.
I wasn't saying 21:30 hours.
For those not aware what Kevin just brought up in our chat, I asked the question, how long have we been recording, right? How are we doing with time? And Rico responded, great, we just hit 21:30.
Yeah, I wasn't privy to all that, and I think I shouldn't be judged as harshly.
We'll judge you as harsh as you judge yourself.
Oh, no. Oh.
That's a very, very mean thing to say to an artist.
I'm meaner to myself than anybody could ever be mean to me. That way I put a little shield on myself. Nobody can be as mean to me as I am. Ha 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 ha.
Hashtag toxic masculinity.
Man, Homebrew
We get
Buddies
deep at Homebrew
trying
Buddies.
to dismantle toxic masculinity? Like, bro.
Yeah,
Whoa,
in our all dudes Homebrew Buddies, we're slowly dismantling the patriarchy by centering ourselves.
Yes. So centering it. Oh man.
Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong though.
I
Think about it. Like 3 guys talking while one guy paints.
That is pretty non-masculine.
It reminds me though of
Yeah, that is pretty.
It's like, have you seen those videos of like three like children on YouTube being like, we're gonna discuss the real stuff? This is exactly what it reminds me
I know
of.
what you're talking about. Yes. Yes.
To be fair though,
Kevin,
fucking
why
all of
did-
English. Oh, what?
Oh, I was just gonna
all
ask.
Son of a bitch!
This did not happen at all during our campaign. During our whole campaign, we never overlapped in talking, and now we can't get through a sentence.
That's true. I know.
I
Okay.
just feel like in English class, every time, like, all the teachers made us feel like we were the next Mark Twains out there to, like, talk about the real shit. Oh, actually, I don't think Mark Twain was a good guy.
Roll initiative
Mark
for
Twain.
Conversation.
Bruh.
To fucking roll initiative on Mark Twain, kick his ass.
Okay, yeah, he's a little problematic to some people, I think. I mean, I have my own opinions, but should we get into Mark
we'll
Twain
do,
talk?
Kevin.
I don't have anything concrete against him. I think I could kick his ass.
Wait, you mean to tell me
Okay,
that right now you're trying to
now.
pick a fight with
I could
Twain.
kick Mark Twain's ass. I could kick all of the founding fathers' asses, all in their prime.
Bro. No.
And
George
any-
Washington, dude.
Any
George
historical
Washington.
figure, I could
You
knock
cannot.
him out. I could knock him out.
No, he would TKO you. No, dude. No. You cannot
wouldn't-
fight George Washington.
You
dude.
wouldn't get to him because he would send his slaves at you first.
Ooh. Or he would Shanghai you into his army and you'd never see your family again.
Just go to the Continental.
Man,
Army.
we're getting spicy tonight, guys.
Ooh, this tea is a little bitter. By the way, this is a break the table
like-
mug. You can get yours at on
yes.
Patreon.
Okay.
Yes, check it out.
Right.
So
We'll have this for
we'll
sale
also
soon.
do-
looks like a fucked up
Oh
brain.
my goodness, Kevin.
Show that again, Kevin. That's pretty awesome.
The back.
Yeah.
Looks like a little fucked up brain.
Oh, that looks
See,
really
like the
dope.
texture. It looks like I'm really proud of the way that the black set in. It looks like it like scales and like the shadows of the scales are really deep. I think later on when this dries, I'll probably go in with a really detailed one and add like just a little bit of pink to create that more fleshy. Because this looks like a really, really solid shell to me. We need to get rid of some of the more bluer tones all around.
Shoot.
Yes. Now, Kevin, I had a question for you. What made you choose the Beholder to paint?
Well, kind of out of necessity. I don't have too many figurines, and when y'all told me that you wanted me to start painting, I started practicing a bit with my other figurines that I had, and I finished all the figurines that I own, and so I got this one, and one of my friends let me take it for this. So we can thank one of my roommates for having a beholder. And
that is very dope.
it's also, I thought, would be a good challenge because I've never painted anything this big. All of my other things have been like, I've got some zombies and some Yuantis, but that's about it.
Sure, definitely. It is a very good size figurine.
Yeah, also, I feel like anything smaller, you guys really wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. Truly.
That is true. You know, at one point, we're going to have to get you a high-quality camera, and so that way people can see. So
That
if you want to support us, that'll be a stretch goal, and we'll do that so you can see Kevin in high quality with his painting.
Or a lower quality one.
Look, in a perfect world,
So that way he
have a
can
mic from
hide
above.
If that's what y'all want.
Yes. In a perfect world.
This is drying really nicely. Nice! Sick as hell! Okay, so now we get that. So we're gonna, I think, personally, I really like this color, so I'm not gonna scrap it. I'm gonna put a thin veneer on these blue lines for these blue boys. Addison, have you ever thought about mini painting?
Ooh, you know, I like to paint just for a hobby.
Real quick, I just realized. So we're gonna do a pro tip I learned. Is now that we're at this last area, and since I want it to be like thin on the arms, I'm just gonna take a little drop of water, just put it in. There you go. Drop it in there, and then we're gonna mix, and that's gonna make it a little bit thinner, and it won't lay on it so thickly, which I wanted it to do on this area. But for the arms, I want that blue to shine through a little bit more. And you can see how it kind of just spreads a lot faster. It's a lot easier, but it's not going to be as thickly on it. Cool. But that's my pro tip. But what were you saying about painting, Addison?
Emma says dilute the paint and then does the emoji. The hands up emoji.
I gotta dilute it.
I like to paint just as a hobby myself, but you know, I thought about getting into figurine painting, but I just have no idea of where to start.
I mean, I feel like if you have painting a background, you're probably at a better point than I am, because I have no visual art training or background. Just kind of started doing it on a whim.
Well, you know what? 2021. That's what we'll be doing.
That's your New Year's resolution?
Yeah, painting figurines. I'll spend more money on myself.
Yeah, I don't have those.
What? Money or figurines?
New Year's resolutions.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of like a while ago. I kind of figured that I was like at the best I could be, and I just kind of stopped.
I'm in my prime. I could one punch George Washington right now.
I really could. If honestly, Ben Franklin with or without the kite.
Ben Franklin, maybe. I will give you Ben
maybe,
Franklin.
Maybe, you coward. Dude, I could Ben Franklin on the elephant he murdered. I could kill him
with the lead pipe.
Yeah.
Now here's the real question: could you beat Alexander Hamilton?
Easy, little bitch.
But not Alexander Hamilton. But
you know
not
why?
Alexander Hamilton as played by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I could kick Lin-Manuel Miranda's ass.
Watch it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, please don't sue us.
Watch
please
it.
Don't sue us.
He can't sue me for saying I could.
Kevin takes it back. No, Kevin takes it back.
Break the
Kevin
table at
takes
Myers.
it back. Please
Myers,
don't sue
Lin-Manuel
us.
Miranda.
I admire him.
Yes,
I'm
if you want to come on the show, you can.
This is not. I feel like you guys are taking this wrong. I'm not admonishing any of these people. I am just stating the fact that I can take them in a fight. I can take them in a fight. That's fine. That's not problematic. Or
I have no comment.
know, man.
If you have anything to say about that, you're
It
the toxic
kinda
one.
is
You're the
toxic.
gaslighting. All right? I'm not doing anything wrong.
Kevin woke up today and chose violence. Like, he actively chose violence today. I was not prepared for this conversation to end up with us pleading to Lin-Manuel Miranda to not sue us. But here we are.
But hey, if that means he sees this, I will be submitting my audition for Hamilton very shortly.
No, just please come on the show. Like, dude.
Yo, Lin rap.
Can you imagine what a flex?
I don't know if I could I wouldn't be able to hold my own. Like I wouldn't be able to DM. I would be like, I just love you.
Addison, throw me a beat.
Would...
Addison, throw me a beat. I'm gonna wreck Lynn's shit right here. Yeah. Lynn, your name rhymes with sin. That means something. Maybe a lot about you.
Dude.
I just fucking destroyed Lin-Manuel's career.
Okay, real talk. Kevin's actually really good at rapping. Like, that's real
let's
talk.
Leave it
like,
there.
check out
let's
his
leave
TikTok.
It there. Go to his TikTok to see more of that.
Go to his TikTok. I don't know what his TikTok is. Kevin,
it's just Stay Wild.
Hype yourself up real
just
quick.
Like
What's your TikTok?
Everything Stay Wild.
Stay
THAYWYLD.
Kevin said, I crave violence. He did. Yes, but anyway, go check out Kevin's TikTok because he's good. And words.
But on the subject of historical figures again, you guys want to know? Dude. Well, I was gonna say a fun thing, a fun fact. Do you want to hear a fun fact, or do you want to live in darkness?
Yeah. Both.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Abraham Lincoln crazy coincidence?
Is that the one about JFK?
No, that's a different. It's just a weird conspiracy. People are like, a lot of numbers make sense. But Abraham Lincoln, his son was going to college, and he was on train station about to go. Something happened. Somebody jostled him or something. He ends up face first on the train tracks. A train is coming. Abraham Lincoln's son is about to die. Some guy comes out. He grabs Abraham Lincoln's son, pulls him off the train track, saves his life. And they get to talking, and they become friends. Turns out the dude was an actor. They exchanged information. Everything goes along. Turns out the dude that Abraham Lincoln's son was saved by was John Wilkes Booth's younger brother. It's like
I
a
actually
whole thing.
have worked a lot with the descendants of John Wilkes Booth's brother. I actually know the descendants of his brother pretty well.
But that is one
fact.
of the main reasons why Abraham Lincoln went to Ford's Theater, is because he knew that Wilkes's younger brother was gonna be there, and he was the one who saved his son's life.
Bro, what a dick move, though.
The Booth Theater in New York City is named for that family. The Broadway Theater, the Booth Theater, is that family.
Guys, this is good content right here. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, I am anti-history, and I know history. Crazy duality.
Like,
shut up.
This is good, though.
Our new theme song is going to be "The More You Know."
God, I wish.
I was gonna say our next YouTube channel is me, Kevin, Rico talking about history and talking about the historical figures Kevin says he can beat up.
So what did you learn about today? So I kind of went AWOL there, but I have been doing work. So I know we are coming to a close, so I want to tell y'all the final project. So I got a little bit extra in the eye added. You can see it's catching the light there just a little bit. Each arm I gave a little bit of that greenish hue to, so now that blue and green is looking well together. Honestly, I think the arms need a little bit of red when we get back to it. But the mouth, I think, is my favorite part right now. I love that contrast in it. That looks so cool.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, but we will finish, I think, honestly, we could be finished next time we come back. Yeah, for realsies. And we can, if that's the case, I'll get the glue gun out and we'll fucking plop this baby on. But that was Kevin Hyce's little painting session. Come back next time if you want to see more of this. And I tossed it over to Addison and Rico.
Next Monday, Kevin's gonna be here. I might also throw him some spicy questions about other historical figures. That may or may not happen, and I'm serious about that. But before we get to the gameplay of the Gambler's Dice, as I shall call it, Rico, why don't you? We're gonna take a little break, and I'm gonna toss it over to Rico real fast.
Yeah. So we here at Break the Table, we want to use our platform not only to create our own original stories from BIPOC perspectives, but also to uplift fellow BIPOC artists, giving them a platform to share their works. So I'm super excited to share a music video this week for you all on Break the Table. This will be the music video to my dear friend Jerusha's song Aquafina. Jerusha was on Broadway in the musical The Prom. I'm going to send all of her information in the chat as well. So I just hope you all get to enjoy her new song. And speaking of Aquafina, take this time to stretch, grab some water, hydrate, or get yourself a homebrew. And we'll see you all back in about 3 minutes.
Yep. See you then.
Hit that button.
Hit that like button.
Hit it.
So I'm treating myself like a princess. You were the one who wanted distance. So when you call my phone, I won't be home. Hey, I guess it's your turn to be persistent. Cause I burned all your letters, I tossed out your sweater. Cause I'm getting better in this stormy weather. I was so frustrated, it all escalated. But now I'm just staying hydrated. I drink my Aquafina, dance like a ballerina boy. I don't wanna see you at the club tonight. You go to church on Sunday, back to old ways on Monday. I wanna have a fun day at the club tonight. And I got gotta admit, I get kinda lonely. I'm missing your lips and the way that you hold me. But I'm not standing by for your reply. I learned I don't need you to console me. Cause I burned all your letters, I tossed out your sweater. Cause I'm getting better in this stormy weather. I was so frustrated, it all escalated. But now I'm just staying hydrated. I drink my aquafina, it's like a ballerina boy. I don't wanna see you at the club tonight. You go to church on Sunday night, do old ways on Monday. I wanna have a fun day at the club tonight. Tell me that you love me, then you say you gotta let me go. Call me on my telly just to say that you can be alone. Say you love me, but you let me go. Say you love me, but you let me go. Girl, drink your water. Don't even bother with him. I'm tryna tell ya. Don't even dwell up in it. Girl, drink your water. Don't even bother with him. I'm tryna tell ya. Don't even dwell up in it. So I'm treating myself like a princess. You were the one who wanted distance. I drink my aquafina, it's like a ballerina boy. I don't wanna see you at the club tonight. You go to church on Sunday night, do ways on Monday. I wanna have a fun day at the club tonight. Tell me that you love me, then you say you gotta let me go. Call me on my telly just to say that you can be alone. Say you love me, but you let me go. Say you love me, but you let me go. Tell me that you love me, then you say you gotta let me go. Call me on my telly just to say that you can be alone. Say you love me, but you let me go. Say you love me, but you let me go.
Hello, welcome back to Homebrew Buddies. That was, once again, that was Aquafina by Jerusha. I posted her stuff in the chat, which should be over there. I will post it one more time for those who joined us a little later in. But you can find her at her website or searching her on the YouTubes. And I can't wait to share some more of my talented friends through our programming throughout the rest of the week and beyond. So I'm gonna pass it back over to Addison and get ready to roll horribly. So take it away.
Dope. Alrighty. So we're gonna set the scene for these dice to be used, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna travel to a little casino called the Tricky Den.
Ooh, it's tricky. Tricky.
So.
Sorry.
So Rico, introduce your character a bit.
Oh yeah, okay, so
Do they have a name?
Yeah, this was, so full disclosure, I didn't have a rogue fully prepared, so I took one of my older character that I used and readapted it. This is Madrin. He is a half-elf thief who spent his times growing up in the slums and is now trying to turn his life around, but continues getting caught up in bad situations. So
Understandable. Alrighty. So Madrin walks into the Tricky Den, and they see your basic casino setup. You see games everywhere. You see tables. You see dice being rolled in everywhere, and you think, This is a good life. This is gonna be easy picking, boys. But one thing's for certain. You do a perception check for me real quick.
yes, okay, first roll. Emma's watching, so for Emma's sake, I have to roll well. Let's see how this goes.
For Emma's sake.
Do
good
sake.
for Emma, please.
Do Emma, yeah. You'll see I roll horribly in this game, consistently. Hey, that's an 18 on total.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
So the first thing you notice is this place is heavily guarded.
Okay.
Like, there are big burly men, like Goliaths, Minotaurs, just people
I'm at the right
guarding,
casino.
making sure nothing tricky happens, and they're watching the tables.
Nothing
you
tricky in the
probably
tricky
should
casino?
be looking out. Yeah, nothing tricky, because they want their money. Alrighty, so there are different games you can play. I have a couple different games to play.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to go? Let's say north, south, east, or west.
I just walked in, and the door is
Yes.
behind me.
We'll say the door is on the southwest.
Okay. So I just entered, and I'm looking. I think I would follow the sound of the coin, wherever I'm hearing that clink, 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 coming from the most often.
Alrighty. So we're gonna go to the east.
Okay.
So you're gonna just walk through the casino and you see a game, and this is a game that I personally play and I like myself. It's called Liar's Dice, and you will need 5d6s. But luckily, with your Gambler's Dice, you'll have that. But in real life, you might not have that, so be prepared for that.
That's right. In the game, I need... Well, and in real life, I need...
In real life, you will need 6. Okay. Do you have 6?
Yes. Let me find my 6th.
Okay. While Rico is looking for his 6, I'm going to explain the rules a bit. So this game is an actual real game, and I actually really enjoy it. Essentially what happens is there is 5d6s, and you roll them, and so you join the table, and let's say there's 6 players, and everyone has 5d6s, and so everyone rolls their dice and they keep them hidden. And so how this game works then is you say how many numbers you think is on the table that everyone's rolled. So if there's 6 players and there's 5 dice, let's just say I think there are 5 5s. Right, so you think they're on the table entirely that there's 5 5s. So what then happens is the next person has to up the bet, or they have to change the number. So they can say, oh, well, I think there are 6 5s, right? And then the next person has to say, oh, well, I think there are 7 5s, and so on. But then someone could change it and say, well, you know what? I think there's actually I think there are 7 6s, and they can change the number, or they can change it to 7 1s. Yes. But how this game also plays is there will be one wild number, which the dealer will say 1s are wild.
Okay.
And if you have a 1, it will count for any number you want. But you are cheating, so it does not matter.
It always matters. I am an ethically good player. You're asking a DM to play a game and cheat. What are you doing? All right, I'm ready. I will cheat.
Alrighty. So you walk up to this table, and you see there are already 4 players sitting down at the table, and the game manager, who is he is a tall, stocky-looking half-orc. Go up. Oi, place your bets. 1 more at the table. Join if you want.
Yes, I'll take a spot, please. Thank you.
Alrighty. So you sit down at the table, and you notice that the 5 other people. So you got a Kenku to your right. You have so out of the 5, it is like a U shape. It is a U-shaped or half-moon-shaped table, and essentially what happens is you are sitting the 4th or the 2nd chair away from the farthest to the right. So it goes a Kenku, U. Got that? Okay, got that. Next is a half-elf. Next is a human, and the other is a human. So there's 2 humans.
Okay.
they're all not. So the half elf is the most respectable looking one. The other characters are not as much.
I was about to say, can I do an insight to
Alrighty.
see who I have to like keep my eyes
Yes,
on?
yes, you can do it. You can do an insight check.
Let's see, who do I have to like?
And
So I'm
I
gonna
will
size
do
them
one
all
of
up.
those things.
Because I'm always gonna want to see the sneakiest of the sneaks. 2 18s in a row. This is the first Homebrew Buddies
18.
that I haven't rolled below an 8 yet. Let's keep it going. My dog might start barking. I knocked on my table.
So you know that, let's say, these two humans. So you know the humans, they're just gambling addicts. They're just here to try to win back money. You can see that by the stressed out eyes that they might be related somehow, or at least trying to get back their money that they lost. But they don't look much of a threat. The half elf, on the other hand, they're stone cold with their poker face. They look like they're ready for this game, and they look like they're gonna do their best and get some money.
They're the one.
The Kenku, on the other hand, the Kenku, on the other hand, he's a bit shifty. He looks just a tad bit nervous, but do a perception check real fast.
Yep. Okay, getting too many good ones in a row. I'm starting to get scared. 16.
Okay, cool, pass. You notice on his ankle is a dagger, and you see his hand just have a nervous twitch, always just by the side of that, the leg that his dagger is strapped onto.
I'm going to. Never mind. I'll do it later.
Okay. So what happens is the half orc manager goes and says, "All right, here's your dice," and he gives a cup full of dice to you to use. Awesome. Are you going to use the dice now?
Yeah. First, I'm going to, in Orcish, because I speak Orcish, I'm going to tell him. First, I'm going to say thank you, and then I'm going to say that I'm going to tell him that the human at the very end just spilled their drink all over the place, as to distract him, so that I can tap my dice together. So he's going over there.
Do a performance check for me.
Okay. Oh, why? Performance is the only one in this list that I'm not. Persuasion?
I'll take a persuasion too.
It doesn't matter. It was a
Performance
4
or
on the
persuasion?
dice. So, 4 or 7.
Doesn't pass. I put it at 10. The orc, the half orc that is running the game looks at you and speaks back in Orcish and says, "I know your tricks." And he just stares at you now.
And I'm gonna mutter, "I hate orcs" in Orcish as I sit down.
And he says, "Wouldn't be the last. Wouldn't be the first. Won't be the last."
Mm-hmm. All right.
And
as I sit,
Bro,
I'm gonna slide the die towards me and kind of plop my stuff on the table, so it's clear. I'm gonna take my dagger out and put it so it's clear that I'm not trying anything, and I'm gonna use that to start shifting the dice and try to clump them together.
Okay, so you're trying to be shifty. Okay, so roll a sleight of hand.
Okay. 12 plus 7, 19.
Oh, nice. You beat everyone's passive perception. Great. So no one notices what you just did. Not
Sweet.
even the orc.
Good.
The half orc, sorry. So without further ado, all right. Well, let's begin. And everyone starts to roll their dice. So without further ado.
And just to clarify, the gambler's die became an extra die, or it's changed all of the die to what I need them to be?
So now, instead of the 5 dice that the dealer gave you, you now have 5 dice of your own that are magical.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
And I can make them say whatever I want.
Yes, and you can change them to whatever it is.
As many times as I want them to change? Or
yeah, so you can change it whenever. You can change it whenever. Since it's such a small thing, it's whenever, right? So like, let's just say I'm gonna change it right now, right as the big reveal happened. Yeah. And then the next time you play again, I'm gonna do it again. You can do that.
Okay, cool.
That is fine.
Cool,
there's no charges. There's no limits to it.
Love that.
So the dealer starts, and
I just realized we're in the casino.
Dealer will start.
We need to have Sax Planet playing.
Yes.
Sorry. This is the perfect time for Sax Planet. It's our theme song.
It's the perfect time for Sax Planet.
Okay.
It is.
It's on. Now feel free to continue.
Alrighty. As this happens, the half orc dealer goes 3 2s, and the Kenku looks and says 4 2s.
3
5s. It's your turn now. The half elf looks at him. 7 5s. Then the humans. Oh no, man. Oh no. 8 5s. And the other human looks at him. Looks at the other one. His friend is, bro, really? Why are you doing this to me, man? And he says, 9 5s. Ooh, important thing about this is you can call players out.
Yeah. I'm actually going to. I'm gonna call bullshit as the 4 5s in my hand magically switch over to force. So.
All right. The dealer says, "All right, show your hands." And everyone reveals their hands, and we'll say for speed's sake, there is not the 9 5s on the table, and this player, and we'll, you know what, for speed's sake, we'll also say this player is just out, because in a normal game of Liar's Dice, he would lose 1 dice, and then the game will continue, and it can last forever long. But for this demo's sake, we'll just say he's out.
Bye, girl.
And he is now lost. I forgot to put the bid. What is your bid? What is your bet
it's my dagger,
put in, Rico?
My gold dagger that I put on the table.
Oh, your gold dagger is your bet. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll say the other bets that people have. So we'll say there's 100 gold. The Kenku has 100 gold. And the half elf, as he sees you put the gold dagger down, he will put down another gold, a gold dagger as well, on top of 100 gold.
Love
just
it.
To do the flex on you.
Okay.
And the 2 humans, they have 200 gold each. So now 200 gold is now lost and is in the winner's pot. Whoever wins this.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Lacey bets.
All right.
And he goes and says 2 3s. I can't coop. 4 3s.
And I'm going to say, again, as my die flip, I'm going to change 2 more of them to 4s, so I have 3 4s and a 1 in my hand. I'm going to say 8 4s. And I'm going to stare directly at the half-elf next to me. I'm going to glare just directly into his eyes, unblinking on anything. Just 8 4s.
The half-elf looks at you, dead faced, and as you look at him, he says, 9 falls, and the human go, man, oh man,
I'm
that's
at
not
that
true.
moment.
There's no way.
I flip my dice back. I put my hand on his dagger as I say bullshit, and I pull the dagger to me before even as I reveal my die, and there are no 4s in my hand.
He stops your hand. And he says, not today, funny boy. And he reveals his cup to be 5 1s, which are wilds. And as the other players reveal their cup, there happens to be 2 4s on each of their hands.
Okay.
So there is 9 4s.
Okay. So I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna go, well played. And as I say that, I'm gonna use my cunning action to steal his dagger.
Oh no way.
I want that dagger.
How does that work? Work?
Fast hands is you can use a bonus action granted by cunning action to make a sleight of hand check, to use a sleeves tools, or to use an object action. So I kind of picture that I'm like well played, and I take my hand to kind of give a shake of good merit, as I'm also sliding my stuff towards the dealer. I slide myself forward and I lean to give him the shake, and as I'm leaning, my other hand just snatches the dagger, or hopefully will snatch the dagger.
Okay, roll it, and I'm gonna roll too.
Ah, damn it. 10.
Oh, I got 11. I was like, there's no way he's gonna be. Oh man.
I told you I got
right
too many good rolls early on.
That's true, you did. Right as you go and try to take the dagger from him, he says, sticky fingers, I see. Well, it's best you keep them to yourself. And he pushes you and do a perception check.
Okay. Now, 21.
Oh, it's just a 19. Dang it. Right as you see him push you, you notice that he's going to take your dagger.
I figured.
From the pot.
I figured.
But right as that happens. Oh wait, what?
I want to make
right
an
as that
effort.
happen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you may. Okay, go for it. What do you want?
I want to try to dodge his push. I want to kind of or at least recover in a way that I could get the upper hand. But I'll let you go. You go. I'm just trying to jump the gun. I want that dagger.
Right as that happens, the orcish dealer grabs the half-elf's hand and says, "Not to you in yet." And he looks at you and he says, "Would you like to place another bet? The last human over there didn't have money, and I told him he had to leave if he lost. But you're very welcome to stay and place another bet."
I'm going to say, that's all right. I don't need that dagger after all. And as I walk away, I'm going to lean to the half-elf's ear and go, it's fake. And I'm just going to keep on walking.
I'm the half-elf. And that, my friends, was our encounter for the night.
Bitch. I want to, and then I'm gonna get about 20 feet away, and I'm gonna pull my other dagger out. I'm pulling my other dagger out, and I'm gonna throw it into his back.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna stealth.
Okay, then let's roll for initiative then.
Oh, I can't get a surprise round on him?
No. Because this is a casino and everyone's on edge.
Okay, well, I rolled a 17.
You get to go first.
All
roll
right.
an attack roll.
Yep, I am going to literally, I'm just going to walk and go, after I hear the, I'm just going to take a few more steps and just get him in the back real quick, and then use my bonus action to disappear into the crowd. Oh, that's not where I want to roll it. Okay.
Roll that attack roll.
26, baby.
Ooh, that's nice. He had an armor class of 15, so you good.
Yes.
Right as you throw it, its expert, delicate fingers of and it sticks into his shoulder like, oh no, not again. And he falls off the table. And immediately you slink off into the shadow of people.
For the record, I rolled 8, and then my sneak attack damage was another 14. So I did 22 points of damage before trying to sneak into the crowd. And I rolled a critical fail on my sneak. I rolled a critical fail on my sneak.
And you don't sneak around. You don't sneak into the shadows of people. You directly run into, a slot machine, which then pushes the other slot machine down, and it's a domino effect of slot machines, and everyone notices you instantly.
I just dropped my dagger and put my hands up.
To which the guards take you away to go to prison.
So, next roleplay varied, we're going to rescue Modrin.
Yes. And friends, that was our encounter for the night. All right, Rico. How did you like it?
I got bold with it, so I like it a lot because it's deceptive. The players can, it's a trap. It's a trap item, and I like that. So I stick with my original statement of thinking that it is perfectly balanced. I think I think it's fun. I think it's very interesting roleplay wise. It kept it nice and fun and goofy in a silly way. So I liked it.
Definitely did. And peek behind the screen, I gave this the half elf, this gambler's dice.
I knew it
because I wanted it to be a battle between the
minute
two.
You said he was stoic faced, I said, son of a bitch. He's gonna be the problem.
He was gonna be the problem. I was hoping you would have went back and battled him, but you didn't. That's okay.
No, I wanted to kill him. I just wanted to kill him.
Arrested.
I like being bad. It's okay. I'll sneak out of jail eventually.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I agree. It definitely was a trap for you, because you definitely felt really confident. Like, there's no way I can't lose.
Yeah.
Until the game shifted against you, and you did lose.
And I love taking players on that kind of roller coaster, right? Get them comfortable for a second, have them go, but then it's still okay. I didn't die, just didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
No.
Yeah,
definitely. So how do we roll this again?
How did we roll it? What do you mean?
Sorry, how do we rule it? Overpowered, underpowered, or just right?
I think just right. I think my final assessment is just right. What do you think?
I also vote just right.
Yeah.
I think it adds just enough spice for your game to be able to have some fun with your players.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
It's a cool, and again, what I like about it is that it was our first magic item that we tested that wasn't, that belonged in a role play scenario instead of like versatile for a combat scenario as well. So I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, definitely. And there's hundreds of other dice games you can play with your players, or you
kind of wanted to do
whatever.
More. I wish I went in a different direction to play some more.
And actually, peek behind the screen, I did have 4 different games for you.
I believe it. I know you. I did. I love it.
Some DMs will just have, oh, I'm just gonna have one game, and whatever direction you go, it's always that one game. And it's like, really?
Dude.
This is a casino. Let's have some fun.
No. One of my favorite campaigns right now, Creature Collectors, hosted by Critical Bard. We are hosting that whenever it's on.
Oh, yeah.
They have a bread table. Their DM made a whole table, a D100 table about bread, because they had this 20-minute joke in their first episode about bread. And I was like, that's the commitment that I love.
Oh, man.
That's the kind of thing. Yes, give me something
That
ridiculous.
is the commitment.
Play this track.
That is commitment. That is great. Alrighty, friends. Without further ado, actually, what do we have to plug? Let's think about that.
Yeah.
First off, follow us, like and subscribe us on Twitch if you haven't already. Come on, we're 10 people away from 50 subs to be able
50
to get
follows.
some dough in. So come on.
50 follows, yes.
Oh, sorry, 50 follows, not subs. So come in, join us. We're fun. We also got our Patreon up. You like bonus content? Well, we got you bonus content. Check our YouTube out. Because guess what? Roleplay Vary just got finished with our 3-episode mini-series where we basically were Halloween children and we fought bad people and we talked about Buffy the Vampire Slayer and we killed adoption dogs and it was wild.
It was wild.
Come see that. Yeah. Also, I believe New Year's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rico. New Year's, we will be also having a one-shot campaign.
Yeah.
For our viewers to celebrate the New Year.
Yeah, we actually have a good amount of content coming for you all to wrap up 2020. This week, later on this week, we're going to have our very first kids table. So we are going to be taking our roleplay varied scenario where we write a short story and then play the short story out. And then Jeanette, our director, and I are going to walk a bunch of local Tacoma kids through that process. Our goal is to get more youth involved in this game and expose them to new ways of storytelling and improv theater at this time that they don't really get that the way that they necessarily want it. So we're going to have that coming out on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. And of course, you'll always see Homebrew Buddies on Mondays for the rest of this year. In the new year, we're going to be changing times, but we'll get to that. We'll fill you in on that later on in the year. And then, like Addison was saying, we are going to be doing a special New Year's Evil campaign. So, because it's the Corona season, since it's all of 2020 was Corona season, we at Break the Table want you all to have a fun, but more importantly, a safe New Year. So please ring it in with us. We're going to be doing a silly campaign and maybe playing some Jackbox games later on in the evening. So it should be a good time. That'll be 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're planning on going through at least through New Year's on Central Time. And then in the new year, we're going to have a whole lot of new stuff. So check out our Patreon for more. And again, hit that follow button so we can get even more content out to you all.
Yep. Oh, and if you aren't aware, I'll be DMing this game.
Yes.
It's going to be wild. And I'll let you in on a secret, everyone. We're going to be mobsters. Gonna be dope.
Yes.
You like the mob? Because it's gonna be high action, high comedy. Kevin will also be there, and he may or may not fight George Washington.
Maybe we're gonna have to do a Homebrew Buddies doing rolling
on Washington.
We're going to roll Kevin as a character, and we're going to roll Washington as a character, and we're going to see what happens. So join our Patreon so you can get that special episode.
Join our Patreon, because we're going to make a bonus content of this happening. We're going to roll Kevin, and we're going to roll all the Founding Fathers, and he's going to fight them. So we got some cool Patreon stuff for you. Anyway,
awesome.
So see you all later, Homebrew Buddies, for the next edition.